Socrates Villarreal here with Hispanic Panic. We're at the Rahr Brewery, catching up with Fritz. He's going to tell us a little bit about the background of Rahr, their history, their place in the Metroplex, and then what he's excited about for Untapped Festival. Thanks for getting together with me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. So, everybody asks how my wife and I got involved in the beer industry, and it's pretty interesting. My great-great-grandfather came over from Germany in 1847, and he set up the very first lager brewery in the state of Wisconsin. So before Miller, before Pabst, before Heilemann, there was the Rahr Brewery in Manitowoc, Wisconsin, which is a great town about halfway between Green Bay and Milwaukee. And they set up a brewery and a malting facility. And over the years, they expanded, and they had 3 malting facilities, one in Chicago and in Milwaukee. And then they had breweries in Green Bay and Oshkosh as well. And right around Prohibition, they decided to get out of the brewing side but continue making malt, which is what the family still does today, and they'll be celebrating their 167th anniversary this year. So I kind of was born into a beer family, so to speak, and it's something that I always wanted to do. But after graduating from college, I kind of got railroaded into the railroad business for about 12 or 13 years, and then decided that this is what we wanted to do. And my wife, literally, we just kind of picked up from the Houston area and moved back to Fort Worth and opened up a brewery 9 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, I mentioned before, a little bit off camera, that you're kind of the old guy on the block. A lot of these other brewers in the Metroplex, they've got their feet wet, and they're out there and they're rolling and getting some good names, some good brews out there, but you've been doing this a little bit longer than they have.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know if it's the gray hair or the belly or what, but they call me the godfather or the patriarch of North Texas brewing. I think it's kind of funny because I don't necessarily see that, but maybe from their perspective, because we've been around 9 years now, and everybody else is pretty much within their first year or two. But they kind of look at us as kind of the old guys on the block. So
I know that there's been a couple of internships over here, and then the Martin House guys, they're right across the river from you here, and so I'm sure that they've reached out to you for some guidance here and there.
Well, it's great to have more breweries. Cody and the gang over at Martin House are great. We were lucky and fortunate enough to have Wim Ben's intern here, who's now over at Lakewood. And we just had John over here from Grapevine Craft Brewery, and he interned with us as well. And we try to do as much of that as possible. Unfortunately, we can't have everybody over all the time. We just don't have the space or the ability to do that. But, the beer industry is a great industry. It's a real brotherhood. Even though we all compete, we all try to help one another out, because in the end game, it's to educate the public. It's to get people turned on to great tasting beer, and that only helps everybody in the craft beer market as a whole. So it's very important to us.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of that brotherhood as I go across the Metroplex, learning a little bit more about everyone's story. And every time I hear another story, it gets me more and more excited about Untapped Festival. Are you breaking anything special out, or what do you look forward to about Untapped?
Well, we look forward to Untapped every year, both over in Fort Worth, here in Fort Worth and over in Dallas. And we always hold some things back for real special events, some very, very limited release type things, and some special firkins that we do. I think the Untapped Festival is a wonderful opportunity to get a bunch of people together who not only enjoy great music, great food, but also great beer. And it's a place where you can go and meet a demographic of people that's all over the board, but they're there for one purpose, and that's to enjoy the local community, bring the community together to enjoy local beer and Texas beer.
Hear, hear.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, again, I appreciate you sitting down with me to learn a little bit more.
You bet.
We'll see you at Untapped.
Maybe it's money, maybe it's fame, maybe